All right. Last time on the Naturals, the group found themselves washed up on the beach of an island that they had passed all but 12 hours ago. After leaving Imperial Marines on the island, they had to deal with navigating the terrain, making sure that they weren't noticed or seen, and then threw all of that out the window, and then stole a ship and sailed away after sabotaging a merchant vessel that the Marines were attempting to commandeer so that they could use it to get back to their headquarters. The group stole the merchant's escort ship, the Blue Jay, and sailed off with a couple hitches, but nothing too bad. Surprisingly, everyone rolled really well, and the party did. Solid job getting away. We pick up now, since the island is off in the distance. Sid, you felt a little bit of warmth in your pocket, pulling out a bit of parchment that on it read instructions on a meeting point that you were supposed to go and meet your captain, Captain Clayton Abraham, to rendezvous with the medicine that you were supposed to attempt to gather, though you all died in the process of doing so. So we pick up with the Blue Jay cutting through the sea. Pretty much all the rigging is taken care of. It's clear skies ahead, and all of you are out now on the poop deck near the wheel. As Sid
Where's the piss deck?
That's down below. As Sid is steering the ship with Tempest navigating for the time being, but all of you congregate together to talk about your next steps.
Well, I guess Sid kind of holds up the map that he finds in his pocket.
I'm assuming Tempest will.
Yeah, I was going to say, so Tempest is going to come over and start taking a look. Can you describe the map again?
Yeah, so it's just like a very, very little piece of parchment that just has a mark on it. Now, if you look at the map, you see Port Overcore. There's an island to the southeast, like a small unnamed island to the southeast. There is a mark in the southeast corner of that island. That seems to be where he is directing you to go.
Okay. So, do I know our I know our general location, so I'll give the heading on where we're supposed to go.
Okay. So Sid, give me a water vehicle check. So it's going to be your
I touch him.
proficiency. Yeah, you can add a D4 for guidance on this. You're gonna have advantage on this because of Tempest navigating for you.
So just plus proficiency bonus?
Yep, D20 plus proficiency plus a D4.
Okay, so that's 17 or 17, Dan, you can pick.
I think 17 sounds good.
Bad choice.
Bold.
I'm willing to forego the advantage on this one, Dan. If you let me save the advantage for a later date.
I mean, you're getting advantage from help, but
I'm feeling advantageous right now.
I feel like this requires advantage. So yeah, 17 plus whatever. Is that plus your proficiency, or is that just...
Yeah, that's total. I just rolled what was it, a 14 14 and a 2 plus, or sorry, no, 14 and a, oh, it was 18 to 17, so it's 14 and a 2 plus a 2, so that's 18.
All right. So you correct your heading. You were just a little bit off, as you were kind of heading up north anyway. Probably heading back to Seguridad, just kind of absent-mindedly. But now you are heading in the correct direction for that island. Shouldn't take you too long to get there. Should probably take maybe 4 hours, 5 hours. if the wind's with you 5 hours.
Okay.
If the wind is with you 5 hours, if you guys boost the ship using wind in any way, you could probably cut it down by another hour.
I boost the thing by shape water, and I
I
create a current in the ocean.
Ooh, and I
create a
use
current in the
gusts
ocean.
to.
I would say gust would
build the
probably be
sail.
better than shape
do
water
both.
because shape water's
We can do both.
only.
casting ghost.
Yeah, so you two can cast gust, and if you cast it for enough time, you'll be able to cut an hour down. Atlas, is there a size on the current? Is it only you can change the current within like a?
Probably a 5-foot cube.
It's 5
right?
foot cube.
I'd say
So
that
5
that's
foot. I could 5 foot above in front of us. I could just freaking keep doing it. Bam. Like those little speedster things. You know, like those things in racing games when you go over them and it goes. Whoop. That's what I'm doing. I'm going bam, bam, bam.
Is 5 foot enough for the width of the boat?
no.
It doesn't matter though. If you go over
You guys would
one
be
of those
like-
speedsters. No, you wouldn't. I've got.
Logic isn't gonna work here.
Fine.
Yeah, I
I put
don't
it in
gotta
the
think
opposite
of an
direction and see if it hurts us.
Inertia,
I put it in
man.
the opposite direction and see if it hurts us.
Everyone make a dexterity saving throw.
No, nobody's happy now. Oh, wait a
The
minute.
ship is
no.
sinking.
I cast Shatter.
I cast fireball at my feet.
I cast throw him off the ship.
I cast shatter.
That's 23 on this dex save.
I cast yeast.
I think maybe Atlas is doing this at the front of the ship, and everybody's like, "Yeah, sure, buddy, just keep
Sure.
keep doing it.
Yeah,
It-
have
it
fun,
helps."
buddy. It's
Sure,
okay.
Sure.
And I'd like
thanks,
to
Doc.
I'd like to tell my unseen servant to find me a tissue so I can cry.
Okay. You find some old rags.
Use
down
toilet
below.
paper.
I cry.
You're unsure what they were used for, but they are not clean. So,
I don't care. I cry.
Okay. You put it up to your nose. These were definitely from the other poop deck.
Good. All right. Good.
Anyway, so you guys are all on the poop deck now. Just kind of discussing next course of action.
I mean, we're
so
just
where are we headed? I see you guys messing with the map. Where are we even going?
We're gonna
Well,
go meet up with Captain Abraham.
As of now,
What are we gonna
well,
be telling him?
should
we
we
can
think
get
about
this-
alternatives?
Well, we should let him know that the Navy has a way of finding out if ships have been taken over.
Yeah.
And we should start to investigate what's going on with that. Like that seems like
Well, it's not too okay. It's something to do with the fact that Abraham let him live. He let everybody on the other ship live. They sailed away in canoes and rowboats.
that's
I mean-
not what the god said.
Mm.
The god just said
God
that
said.
they had a way of knowing if ships are taken over.
Well, we don't know that was a god, right?
I mean, he be seeming like it.
Purple skin man.
Mm.
Well, he sure as hell wasn't human, so.
I think the
I-
most important question
True.
we're going to ask, and then we can move on from there, is do we tell Abraham that we got absolutely rocked, met a freaking primordial being, and then came back? Do we let him know? Is that something we tell him? We
All
drop
of us
right
who
on
needs
Abraham?
Would
all
we
of
look
the-
like
all of us be-
liars?
Aye, we be looking like liars because
Are you
we're new
suggesting we
the
lie to
ship.
the captain?
I may not say
Oh,
that
no.
we lie to the captain, but maybe not.
I suggest
the
we just
full
don't tell him, the whole truth.
Okay, well then we better come up with the truth right now and get it down because we're on a different ship, and we have no medicine.
Well, we just simply don't have to tell him that we died. We simply tell him the ship got sank, we washed up offshore, and.
All of
we're
us,
here now.
all of us
It'd
washed
be
on shore,
true,
the same
technically.
shore. Oh god.
Yes.
I mean, we
We
were.
all
I mean,
held
yeah,
on
there-
to
there
the
is
crew
truth.
of the
That's-
boat.
We were close enough to other islands that it makes it be making sense, eh?
Mm.
Technically,
know
it's
about
not
you, but-
lying. It's if we say the ship was sunk, and then we woke up on a beach.
So
That is
real
not
quick,
lying.
real quick.
Aye.
I need to know. I'm gonna mute actually for a brief second here.
And you should probably.
What are Indian tacos?
Would I?
You can ask questions now of just like simple. Would I have been? Would I not have been?
Would I? Would I
Would
have?
I have?
And would I know?
Tempest, no.
Would I have? No, I don't
Rise,
think I
no.
would.
Yeah, you're gonna have to tell us. You're gonna have to
Yeah,
tell us
'cause
who
we
was
don't
around.
Yeah,
know.
it's actually a good point.
Would I?
Atlas.
I'm old. Like, I mean, I'm
Yeah,
not like Arlen old,
so
but I'm an elf, so I mean, I'm old.
Atlas for sure.
Too old.
Marcus, I'm not sure.
Early 40s.
That's a good question.
Swan, yes.
Ooh.
Sid, yes.
Oh, but no. But wait. Sid wouldn't though.
You would have been around.
Has nothing to do with that person though.
Oh, I know. I know.
Okay.
What?
Person.
All right.
Perry and Marcus. I'm not entirely sure if
I'm young.
so probably not then. Then again,
Nah.
remember you guys are in. So actually, this is a good point. The Empire started coming into the islands in the year 778. The Emperor took over in 776.
And what year are we in?
799.
So yeah, me definitely not.
So 21
Yeah.
years ago.
Nah.
Yeah, no.
So
Oh, it's
if you are
only-
over 21 and
Oh,
you lived in the islands at that time.
I didn't live on
Um,
the.
I rolled a 21.
There's where
Okay.
I said no. That's where mine
I
doesn't
rolled a
work.
19.
12.
12. Okay.
The lady
Oh my God,
with
Dan,
with
would
lady.
would I still because my
For this in particular, no.
okay.
When it comes to piracy and how the Empire has reacted to piracy, they would send out a couple ships to go and check neighboring islands. I'll say that Atlas and Swan got this. Sid, you did not. They go out and check other islands to make sure that they didn't make it, or if they did, they imprison them.
What if they were busy holding on the blockade?
They have more
No,
ships.
we could have
Wait, so
gotten
am
a
I-
ship
am I
and
okay
gotten
to
away.
unmute us to my
Mhm.
stream now?
Oh yeah, you're good. Sorry.
Okay.
Like, it's still a plausible excuse. Like, we could have made it to shore.
Well-
We have multiple people who are proficient in the water who could have gotten everybody to safety.
What I can
Right.
say for sure is that I'm not gonna lie to him, but I'm sure I can convince him with parts of the truth.
I mean, yeah, we just don't have to lie. We just send up a mission.
Now,
We got destroyed. We woke up on a beach. We commandeered a vessel. We came straight to him.
to
It is
play
absolutely what happened.
to play Hell's Advocate, what do we have to lose from saying
I think we
the
could
truth?
just say the truth.
That we
And the
woke
whole-
up and met someone that
My,
was.
my only worry is the fact that we are all new. I don't know where we all be standing with the captain and
Sid.
the higher ups of the crew.
Sid, though, will vouch.
Oh.
Right, Sid? You're going to vouch for us, obviously. and you
I mean,
carry
I've
a lot
been
of
with
weight.
the crew for a while, but not that long.
Would
Yeah, but
we
he-
have any insights on how the captain would react to this?
Actually, Tempest, you're probably the only one who would know like how he would
Yeah.
react personally because you've had like time with the captain where you have spent hours writing letters to the other pirate
Yeah.
captains.
Yeah.
So like you've probably heard some internal discussions that have happened. Um
Is he a man of myths and legends?
Go ahead and give me, I guess this is going to be like, are you proficient in insight?
I don't think so. I am, but I don't have expertise.
Okay.
But I do have proficiency.
Okay, so what I want you to do, and you're not going to gain expertise from this because of your fucking skill, because it's, that skill is
Well, I
broken,
can't,
and we still need to figure out if we're going to change it.
Alright.
What I'm going to have you do is I want you to roll a d20, add your intelligence, and then add your proficiency bonus, as if you were making an intelligence-based insight check. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So you're going to be
So
adding a
it's
7 to your d20 roll.
Yes. So it's gonna be a 15.
Okay. So you're recalling information. You're recalling reactions to things. The Captain Abraham, he's not like a hyper religious individual. In terms of like practicing. Now, obviously, he is on a ship called the Luxmaris' Revenge. Luxmaris was the ship that Estergine had. Estergine fought in a battle literally next to gods. So gods in this world are very literal. Though they've taken a step back from the mortal world and they don't directly interfere with it anymore, they are still a very literal force. Divine magic exists, for example. You telling the captain we were brought back by something, he would probably not have enough information to be like, well, okay, that seems weird because of the Raven Queen. That shouldn't have happened. So he wouldn't have like enough information to be like, that's weird, but he also would probably be a little bit skeptical of like, okay, well, I know that you guys are not liars and assholes, so you're not bending the
Would
truth.
he care more about his crew than the thing that we were supposed to do?
Kind of a mixed bag because of the nature of the mission.
Okay.
He would be happy that you're alive, but sad that he doesn't have the medicine.
Yeah.
But
And what was the medicine for?
It's for people who are sick on Seguridad.
Okay. Cool.
What you know, and actually, Tim, I'm gonna pull you into a one-on-one shot.
All right.
Oh no.
It's our
Terrified.
first
Don't have
one
to
of
say
the
Let me go into
campaign.
Dan's stream real quick.
Don't have the stream open.
All right. Connecting. Okay, there we go. Hi. So what you would know, the next thing that he was gonna have to do is, basically lay siege to one of the towns on the mainland.
Okay.
And that was his next move that he.
So I would
have
know
to
that
do
from like correspondence with coordinating with other.
with other captains. Yeah.
Okay. And would I know why was the medicine important to that? Or was the medicine just like, oh, I have to go to the grocery store and then I'm gonna go rob this bank? Or was the medicine integral to the bank robbing?
So the medicine. So there are normal people who live on Seguridad. It's not just pirates.
Yeah.
There's a sickness that's kind of going around that island right now, and this medicine was going to help with curing that sickness. There aren't a lot of like divine magic users there, and they can't really get many there to help heal. So they're just kind of being left up in the air with if they're actually going to get treated or not.
Okay. So this is like he's doing some charity work because he cares about the people of this island.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is like
So it's not integral to the next mission that the captain's doing. This is just like, okay, we need to help these people.
this is the mission. This isn't like integral to the next mission.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep. Because you need like the pirates need Seguridad because without it, they don't have like a place that they can just kind of come back to.
Yes.
It's it's Nassau. It's this world's Nassau.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, that
Sweet.
was it.
All right.
Now
Hello.
you can choose to share that
Goodbye.
information if you wish. That is up to you.
Tell
He
him that
didn't-
again.
he
Tell him
didn't
that
hear you.
again.
You got
Oh
disconnected.
well. Okay. Hi.
He said you can share that information. I'm not bullying.
You can
Okay.
share that information if you wish. It's up to you if you want to or not, though.
So, do we want to go try to get the medicine?
Are
I
you
would
saying
like
that
to
out loud to the
try.
group?
It
Tell
didn't
me.
work. It didn't work before because we had taken over a ship.
We
Now,
just did
this
that
was my
again.
next suggestion.
Yeah. Because
we
I would
just
rather
did that
not risk
again.
my life.
We just took over a ship again.
I
Jump
know,
on the-
yeah, but we didn't take over a naval ship. This is different, right? They only knew that we took over a naval ship. We're currently merchants.
Mm.
Yeah, but
Right,
we're not
it
going to
is-
be allowed in as a merchant escort ship.
Into the military camp that has the medicine.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
So there's no merchant stuff on this ship.
There's no like merchant goods. This is just an escort ship that was used to like ward off pirates.
Now,
Okay.
there isn't
It
anything we
really
can
worked
do
well.
Yeah.
to
yeah,
pretend we were
merchants. Hmm.
I mean, I could use...
marooned or in trouble, some way, shape, or form. I mean, we're people, right? You know, they gotta do something with the people who need help out on the ocean. They can't be that
I don't
terrible.
Do we
trust
know?
the Navy
Do we know
that
anything
much.
about the place we were going? Like, what? So, is it a military camp? Is it a military establishment? Is it like a base, a fort?
It was a fort. It was a fort that was used for resupplying different naval vessels.
Naval ships.
So Tempest, real quick, you do know which city he was going to do that thing
Yeah.
at, which would imply that there is medicine there. That is a longer
Okay.
journey, but you do know that there is medicine there, and
Wait,
that would free
Dan,
him up to do
Dan.
other stuff. Yes.
I want to use Lady's ability, Consult Hell. The Hound's caregiver can talk to the Hound about a specific course of action that the caregiver plans to take within the next 30 minutes, tapping into the divinatory power through the Hound's connection to the infernal realm. After 1 minute, the Hound can then give a response based on its own objective prophetic sense of the outcome. 1 bark for good results, 2 barks for bad results, 3 barks for both good and bad results, and no barks for results that aren't especially good or bad.
So it's 1 for yes, 2 for no, 3 for both the good and bad.
Good and bad.
So
yeah.
one for good, 2 for bad, 3 for both.
And then
No.
4 for like not. It doesn't really even matter.
Yeah. No barks for neither good nor bad.
That's only in the next 30 minutes, right?
Yeah, but so I think he turns to Lady and kind of like gets down close to her and goes, so if we were to make the decision to turn around and sail back towards that blockade, what do you think, Lady? Do you think it'd be a good idea?
Atlas watching this like, oh god, our decision's gonna be made by a dog. No.
And then Lady has to sit and think for a whole minute. So I don't know if everybody wants to stare at Lady for a
I
minute.
stare at Lady for a minute.
Up to you guys.
Okay,
Stare
so
at the dog.
while that's happening, I'll be like, okay, so Captain was planning on
Now tell me, you're a loyal man, aren't you, Tempest? You're a very loyal man.
very
Hmm.
He was planning on laying siege to a city. And that's, I believe, where we're gonna go meet up with him.
So
this-
you'd be going to the meetup point, and then you'd be going to the city because it's on the mainland.
Okay.
This is specifically the city of Arist, which is a port city that is less heavily armed than Vera House, which has cannons on the walls.
Well,
And we were headed to Verahast before.
You guys were heading to a different. You guys were heading to a place in the islands. This is like on the mainland of the
Okay.
continent. To
Okay.
like the north, like far up north.
Okay.
well, there must be a good reason why you wanted to, right?
Yeah.
So I say, those medicine look too risky for me. I'd rather group up with him again.
Hmm. I'm always down for a little daring adventure.
Can I look around the ship, specifically the captain's quarters, to see if there's any like notes on different merchant lanes and potential shipping manifests or other boats that could be out on the water that could potentially have medicine?
Yeah. While you're like kind of coming up with that thought, Lady is gonna respond, and give.
Was that a bad idea?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
Yeah.
We don't know that. We
Okay.
don't know that.
Sid turns
Sid
in.
would know.
Yeah, I think Lady thinks it's a bad idea.
Well, God, if the primordial fire dog says it's a bad idea, then I suppose we shouldn't do it.
Hmm. That doesn't say we couldn't meet back up and take part in this siege.
I think that's a great idea.
There could be
Alright.
medicine in the town that we're gonna siege.
Do we know
that-
that?
You do know that for a fact.
Yeah.
That is why he's doing it. He wouldn't do that. He wouldn't put himself at risk like that, and put himself out into the open like that if it wasn't necessary.
Our captain's gonna need our help, so why don't we just head there?
So real world, I don't like doing real world equivalents as much as I can. Like I try to avoid it as much as possible. This is basically Blackbeard's siege on Charleston.
Okay. Since Tempest knows so much about the captain, Tempest, how
in comparison.
long? Yeah, in the past, in your past travels, however long that may be, if someone were to not make it, if they were sent on a mission like this and they were not able to do it for whatever unforeseen reason they didn't make it back, how long does Abraham wait on them?
I'm not even gonna make you. I'm actually gonna retcon that you even ask that. You would know.
Yeah.
Okay.
He'll wait 3 days after the expected return date.
And how long has it been?
Um,
Not
right
even a
now,
day.
Well, we don't know how long we were dead.
Right.
That is true.
That is a very good point.
Yeah, that is.
Would I know
Oh,
based on the
shit.
stars how long it had been?
on the what?
Ooh.
Like the moon
stars.
phases.
Stars.
The stars.
It is currently daytime. So
But
Is
what
the
was it
moon in
ever
the sky?
nighttime?
not since you
No.
guys have woken up. No,
We
you guys
woke up
you
in
guys were
the
on a
day.
starry beach when you
That's fair.
woke up with the being, but that was about it.
Yeah.
okay. Okay, so the city that he wants to lay siege to and the meetup point, are they generally in the same direction?
Same direction, but one of them is like 3 days
A little
travel.
bit further off. Yeah.
Which one's 3 days travel?
The city. The meetup point is like a couple hours away.
We should just go to the meetup.
I
I was gonna say we could. I was gonna say if they were already gone, and they had stopped waiting on us because it had been a long time, we're gonna get to the meetup and have to run to the city. So I thought
We
maybe
don't
we'd go
know
right
ho-
to the city.
Theoretically, we don't know how much time has passed yet.
Right.
yeah.
Right, so we should start heading to the meetup points. It's kind of in the same direction anyway.
Yes.
And then as soon as
Um,
night hits, you can check.
Yeah, we can
Or
figure
we're
out.
probably gonna get to the meetup point before night,
That's
so
true.
we'll know
That's
if
true.
he's there or if he's gone. Then we gotta hightail it to the frickin'
Gotta
or the
haul
city.
some ass.
The expected return date was the next day. So
Okay, do we? Okay, I would like to join Tempest in looking around the cabin. Is there anything labeled as in like dates? Is there anything dated?
nothing. I will tell you there is nothing recent. So basically, what I'm telling you is, you guys would have 4 days to basically
Make it back.
Yeah, make it back to him before he would consider you guys
Lost causes.
lost causes or MIA.
Are there
Yeah,
other
so-
areas that have medicine that is not this blockade?
We were
So
just
that's actually
talking
what
about
Tempest was going to look
that.
for.
Okay. Sick.
To see if there's anything on the ship, because there is for sure
I
medicine in
mean-
the city. But
I
Watch, it
mean-
was on that fucking big ass merchant ship.
I don't mean on the ship. I mean like, does Tempest know of other areas,
Didn't
islands?
Tempest
Oh,
just say that
potential-
like where we were going after the meetup point was possibly going to have that that same medicine,
I don't know if it's the same medicine. It could be for a different reason.
or like a medicine that we're going for, medicine that we're
Yes.
trying to get.
Yeah.
So I think the place that we're gonna go lay siege to is kind of like a port town where a lot of merchant ships store their goods right
Yeah.
on the mainland, and then they leave from the mainland out to the islands. So that's why
yeah.
it's a fair assumption that everything's gonna be on the mainland. So this island that we were going to might be just one of the storehouses in the islands where this stuff is held.
My
Right, which is why
assumption
we're going there.
is the stuff that's in the city that he wants to siege would be different to the stuff that we were sent to get. Because
I agree.
I can't find a reason logically why he would send us on a dangerous mission
I agree.
to get medicine in this
Fair
place.
enough, yeah.
So putting
he's already
laying
trying to
siege
siege
to a
us.
city means that you're sitting outside of it in your ship, and Navy ships could come and surround you because you're going close to the mainland. So this is like laying siege is like a last ditch resort.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That means that again also means that it's got to be different, because if it has only we need to go to the meetup point, because if it has only been a day, why would he go lay siege to that stuff? And since Tempest told us that he had been planning that before he told us to go get this stuff at the thing,
Yeah, it's
That
gotta
means-
be different then.
it's got to be different, or he assumes we're dead. He assumes that we're gonna die, and they're gonna go do it anyways. So we absolutely need to full steam ahead, freaking go to the meetup point.
To the meetup point.
I second this.
Do we know why the blockade is there?
It's just a
Um,
fort, right?
It is a
Yeah,
fort, but
so
it's a
military.
it's a crucial fort. They
Okay.
also the Navy most likely knows about the sickness and knows
Yep,
that they
okay,
have a
that-
high storage of medicine in their
Yep.
fort.
That thing
Okay.
for it.
Rat
They're
plague,
objectively
cat
evil
pest.
people. Get it? I got it.
Yes.
The Empire is not great, so
Oh, so
That's
just like
fine
One
with me.
Piece.
Empires
like,
are never really great.
well,
No,
true.
they aren't.
Like for example, there was a elven
Pirates are the cool
fortification
ones.
on the Oaken Cross blockade, which is like to the far north. And the elven fortification, like the Oaken Cross blockade, is basically like, think of like the wall from Game of Thrones, but like made out of a very strong wood, actually from tall trees where you guys had campaign 1. From Toten Hall, the tall trees in Toten Hall. They threw blankets that were infected with plague. Like they specifically like didn't have clerics come in to heal their soldiers, let them get sick, and then took the blankets and threw them into the fort and then healed their soldiers.
Fucking sick.
Yeah. So they're not
bad.
used to using biological warfare pretty much.
I vote we go to the meetup point.
Is there anything in the captain's
second
quarters
that, yeah.
about, or would I know of any other secondary locations that Captain Abraham was thinking about sending us?
This was it.
That was it?
In terms of the captain's quarters, when you go and search through, it's very bare bones. It's a lot of just like manifests of what was on that particular merchant ship. You saw that there was a couple shipments of black powder, a couple barrels of black powder, rum, some salted pork, and then some luxury goods that were worth money but heavy and would weigh down a vessel that was trying to escape.
Okay. So no other ships that this, like, is there a captain's journal or something like that recording
There's
which ships there's been an escort for?
So
what they
this
were
this
shipping?
ship was specifically an escort for
Just
that
for that
merchant
one?
ship.
Okay. Okay.
Like owned by the captain of that vessel.
Okay.
It seems that the captain was just there in terms of like, in times of battle, they would make decisions.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So
Um,
meet a point.
Now, you guys do know that anytime a member of the crew... Now, Abraham doesn't like to have, like, an armada following him. He doesn't like to have, like, multiple ships following him because he likes speed and efficiency. So he tends to keep his own ship just, like, going forward. But anytime, like, members of the crew would steal a ship on a mission or anything like that, he would allow them to keep it. So there is a good possibility that you guys
Daddy will be good to us.
Yes, Zaddy.
Father figure.
Papa.
Papa.
So you guys can discuss stuff in that regard while you're on your way. Like I said, you guys have about 4 hours with you guys casting Gust into the sails, and that doesn't really take much brain power.
Quick question. Do any of you have any kind of like healing
I do.
things?
I do.
Great, because some of us are injured.
I cast Sailor Prayer.
long rest. Well,
Prayer.
we could short rest.
Yeah.
I've
Those
got-
of you who are casting spells can't short rest.
Oh, we could take a 30-minute
no,
break.
I can do it. Mine's free. It's a ritual.
Hour break.
So I can cast prayer of healing. I cast prayer of healing.
Okay.
Oh, who are you casting it on?
Everybody.
Yeah, he can give it to multiple people.
We'll be back in a minute.
Dan hasn't put that in my
Okay.
spell list yet. Not that I would
Oh,
like
right. I forgot.
bring
I
that
needed
up
to make
on
an-
live
Hmm.
TV.
I forgot I needed to make an item for that because that's how D&D Beyond works. You can't just add spells.
Yeah.
It's the one
dumb.
downside to it. Well, there's two downsides.
You can't create custom spells and then add that in because I know you can homebrew spells. So you could just create a custom spell and then put that on my spell list.
They probably
If
have
you'd like,
filters
I'll do that.
or some shit that like prevents you just from having the like official wizard spell.
It
No.
only stops you from publishing it.
Yeah,
Ah.
it's because they use this for homebrew stuff, so they allow you to just do whatever you want.
Mhm.
I can do that, Dan. I'll do it.
Too late. I'm already doing it. Fuck you.
Okay. Well, make it a spell so it's easier to see for me.
I
And I
am.
cast Prayer of Healing on
So-
everybody.
God, I'm gonna kiss
How
you, I
many
swear to
points
God.
does that give us back then?
Should give everybody back to full. Because I can cast it
Pat
multiple
on the
times.
back.
Since
I
it's a
feel
ritual, I
like
should.
none of us would be really helpful if we go into the siege while already.
You guys will have days. You guys will have days before the siege.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a
Yeah.
3-day journey to the area where the
Hmm.
siege is. It's a couple hours
So
to the
we
meetup
back
point.
up to max. We
You
back
guys
up to
will
our
be back
full?
up to max. I wouldn't put yourself back up to max just yet, just in case.
Okay.
I don't think anything's gonna happen, but D&D
Bro.
happens, so you know.
It's
who
D&D. Things will happen.
Mm-hmm. All right, Atlas. It is created, and it's called Atlas's Prayer of Healing.
Nice. Is it special in that way?
It's special
Yes.
to me and you.
Thank you.
Mhm. Anyway,
I do not see it in my spell list,
Oh no.
but I will look at. I'll look for
refresh
it.
your page.
I already did.
Well, it takes time
Do it
on D&D
again.
sometimes.
Okay.
And
Well, I will let you know when it's here.
All right.
Do you have homebrew turned off?
I shouldn't, but I'll make it sure.
Because sometimes that happens weirdly.
Homebrew is on.
Someone just
Don't worry
pointed
about
out. I like how Atlas made an effort on creating his name. X marks the spot. Good.
I wish I was that smart.
And you're the one with the map on your back, huh?
Yeah.
Body.
I have 17 maps on my back actually.
Back and body.
You are
Actually,
Are your
Like down my arms?
Are your arms
Yeah.
exposed like right here? Like your
Yeah, I have like it's not like a t-shirt, it's not like a cutoff, it's a cut shirt.
So do they see the scar?
Yeah, I think that is here.
Oh, is it that? Okay, I thought it was up
The
here.
the
I always,
things
I pictured it as up here, but if it's here, then that's better.
I think it's right here. That way it hurts more when it's marked off.
So yeah, like something that you guys notice is that there's just maps across Atlas, and then there's names that are just kind of like you can barely make them out. There's a couple that you can, and like most you can't, and there's one that just has a deep, raised scar through it.
Hmm.
That's like impossible to miss. So,
Yeah, it's like on my forearm and it's really weird and
So, at this point, you guys are just kind of like, well, actually, for Prayer of Healing, do you want to give out how much they heal?
if I could see it, yes, I
Just
would.
look up Prayer of
Just
Healing.
Google Prayer of Healing.
All right, I was just trying to be a little fun boy, and you guys are.
It can take up to an hour sometimes for homebrew things to be added.
Don't worry about it.
Up to
Prayer of
6
Healing.
creatures within range.
2d8.
2d8
Yeah, it's
plus
2d8.
spellcasting.
Takes 10
My
minutes
spell-
to cast.
Yeah, and my spellcasting modifier is +5, so you're gonna get 5 points no matter what. Is here? Where's my D8?
That's all I need. Thank you.
I need 4
Nice,
more
I healed
for that.
18.
All right.
All right, so everyone heals 18 total.
Cool. I need
'Cause
half
It's you
that.
and 6, I think. So
Is it me and 6?
No.
if it's not you
up
and
to
6,
6 creatures.
it is now you and 6.
So Atlas's is you and 6. Sick.
Yeah.
That's what's cool about Atlas.
I think the official is definitely 6 creatures that you can see.
it says up to 6 creatures of your choice. that
Yeah,
you can
there's-
see.
There's 7 party members. I'm not gonna do that.
I'd
Are
be
you
like,
somebody
no,
doesn't
I'm
get
gonna
healed.
pick favorites, not you.
Blue Man group starts.
What of a
Obviously,
lady.
Blue Man group
Nice.
will be protected.
Yeah, what about Lady?
Yeah, she counts.
Come on,
She
Dan.
didn't take any damage.
Make it 8, Dan.
Love lady.
Makes sense.
we'll talk. Anyway, so you guys have some discussion with the ship itself, because there's a
What?
good chance that you're gonna be able to keep it.
Yes.
Uh,
Keep the boat. Keep the boat.
now, I was thinking if
Not
we
if
had
you
our
call it
own
a boat.
flag, a flag could be a bird skeleton.
Not with me.
Why?
Because we were the Blue Jay, and we died,
Now we're alive again.
and now we're
I
we're
like
the
it.
Blue Jay skeleton. I really like that. It's sick.
I actually, yeah, no, genuinely, I think it's really neat.
Where are we?
In the
I like
ocean.
it.
In the
Dumbass.
ocean.
Why is there a chance we're gonna
Where do you
keep the
think
ship?
we are?
The
'Cause we stole
chance- Yeah. So Abraham typically allows anyone who comes back on a mission that stole a ship to keep the ship, but he sends them off on their own. Now, for what you guys are about to do, he might keep you on and like have you come with
We'll
him.
see.
Everyone who has a ship that goes off on their own is off on their own. They're technically under the leadership of Captain Abraham, no matter what. And all of them have on their particular flag up in the top corner, just like a little tiny thing. It's his Jolly Roger. So you guys can have your own on the main flag, and then just like his in the top corner.
Trademarked.
Like a pennant?
Brits.
Kind of, yeah. It's almost like
or have
how
like, or like,
It's watermarked. We're freaking watermarked.
like
or
the
have like a bigger version and a tiny one right underneath it, so like both of them fly right above each other, but like the main one is up here and the tinier.
I mean, that could work too.
I like
Probably.
to think
You could
that
probably
we have
discuss that with him.
diagonal, semi-translucent text that says Abraham's crew. And
But
it's
it's
yeah,
like
it's just
that.
diagonal across the whole
Diagonal
flag.
across the
Kind of
whole
like
thing.
ghostly image.
Yeah.
If you're
Yeah.
looking at the like the layout that we have for the naturals, like where I am at would be his Jolly Roger, and then the rest of the flag, like where you guys are, would be your symbol.
Oh, I know that. I know what that's supposed to look like.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. So it's like how the Royal Navy had like the Union Jack in one corner, and then it would have like the Navy symbol on the actual main flag.
That's a flag on a flag, dude.
You ever looked at the Australian flag, then wondered?
Oh.
And if the one flag attacks the one flag, then it's flag on flag violence.
No, that's just a hate crime.
True. Anyway,
I was about to say mango.
probably a good call. Mango. Anyway, so
Mango.
Is there extra sail around on the ship anywhere? Extra like cloth or anything
I would
like that?
assume so. I
Gotta
would
be, right?
assume there would be some kind of like upkeep
Yeah.
materials
For like patching and stuff.
kept on the ship for patching. Yeah.
now I know you guys kind of like mentioned it in passing. Are you keeping the name the Blue Jay?
Yes.
If we're keeping the
I-
blue jay and a flag.
I don't think we should.
Oh wait, yeah, no.
Now, hang on.
Because
Renaming
You
a ship
stole
is
it?
bad luck.
The dead Jay.
but keeping it might become trouble because not only do the
have
merchants
an
know the
idea.
name of this ship, but the
I have an idea.
officers that were there
Well,
We're
might
pirates
have
anyway.
also seen it.
Yeah.
What about
well,
the
we're gonna
Raven?
if
it's not like we can do much, and if they try to come and take it,
Um,
well,
Rise,
We'll
make
like
see.
a,
the Raven school
make a
too.
history check for me.
History check? Okay. Do I have anything that I can add? No.
Now,
I
what
have
if we
things I
went
can
with the
take off.
Corvid?
I got a
I like that a lot.
17.
17. Okay, so just to finish out that point, there's a pirate beyond legend, like rising above legend status, who had a ship called the Raven. And it was the founder of the Hornets, Draw, the old pirate from the Estragine years, and his ship was named the Raven. Since his passing, there's only been one other ship named the Raven 2, and that was his other ship that he commissioned. Other than that,
The
no
only
other ship
reason
has
I
been named
suggested
the
the Raven was haha hint Raven Queen
Yeah, no,
because that was brought up before.
Mhm.
It looks like
Now-
we're gonna get hit with sacrilege and people are gonna sink us just because we're not the Raven. So I think we do not do that.
What about
I
the
think
Corvid,
the Corvid is
though?
yeah, I
I
really
like
like
the
the
Corvid,
Corvid.
yeah.
What's a blue jay but a Corvid?
that is
I don't know
We
what
have
that
COVID,
means,
I mean
but I'm
Corvid.
okay with it.
A Corvid
the
is
crow
the
family.
family. Yeah, it's the family that blue jays and crows and ravens all belong to.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Fun
And is
fact,
there any
if you hold up a
patching
blue jay feather,
sail
it's
stuff?
actually black. If you like hold it up by itself.
Mhm.
well, sounds distinguished.
Is there any?
We
is
got
there
the
any
fancy man's bugging opinion on it, so it's good. We're
Fancy
good.
man.
He's got his approval.
Fancy man, give us some response. What are your thoughts, Fancy man?
Fancy man's thoughts are that we should go back to the pirate ship. It's taken a long time. I'm tired of being on a boat. There's nothing I can do. Not enough people to entertain.
Oh, you think you're done being on a boat with us, friend, huh?
Oh no.
You be tired
I
of
just
us?
can't wait to work with more people, if I can put it this way.
The Blue Man Group will remember that. I write that down.
Says it up in the top corner. All of you just see it like in the
Little
top left of your
Little
vision.
butterfly. They won't remember this.
Keep in mind that all the information I possess comes from others.
Mhm.
So
Atlas, you're looking for cloth, right? Below deck.
Yes.
As you're like
Investigation check.
below deck and you start like rummaging through one of the storage areas, you just hear "Rat on the blue jay. Rat."
Bird.
It's and
Oh,
you see as you turn there is a
Bird!
parrot that has blackened feathers that is sitting in a cage.
I want the bird. I want the
I walk
bird.
up to it
I
Mhm.
want the bird.
and I say hi. Just like that.
Blue. Rat.
he's racist.
Can you understand me?
Tilts its head.
I tilt my head the other way.
It doesn't move. And it just like flutters like
Huh. I look for the I look for the cloth down there.
To
okay.
put over the blue jay, or to put over the parrot's cage.
Just throw the old flag on it. Go to bed.
Is there any, Dan?
Yeah, you do find some.
All right, I'd like to tell my unseen servant to cut out a piece like a flag sized and kind of sew the end so it doesn't fray or anything, and then leave it for my instructions. And then I grab the parrot very carefully, and I take him upstairs and I show all my friends, but mostly Rise and Tempest first.
Okay.
I make sure that that lady doesn't see it because I feel like lady is also a dog, and birds and dogs don't get along.
So you're covering the bird and then walking upstairs.
No,
your
no, no, no,
unseen,
well-
I'm sorry. While your unseen servant
Well,
works
I
on
can. Yeah, that's fine. I can also cover it and take it upstairs
Okay.
to do a big grand reveal.
Okay.
Hey guys, come
Aye?
over here. Gather around.
The-
Gather around.
Sid and Lady,
What's
come
up?
over.
I say, Sid, I know Lady is your best friend in love and life. Just tell her to.
Now, anything you can show to Lady, you can show to me, and vice versa. So
Perfect. That's just all I needed to hear. And I pull the sheet off and show them the blackened parrot.
Just flutters its wings.
They,
Swan will
they
step
left a
back.
bird?
I
Swan
don't think
step
they
back.
left anything. We kind of took the bird. We took it.
There weren't many people on the boat in the first place.
That's true.
Hmm.
I don't know, guys. It's a parrot.
What's
It
a-
said
what-
it
what's a
called
boat
it the
without
blue
the-
jay.
What's a boat without a featherless thing?
Well, it's probably named the Blue Jay.
I thought.
I mean, the
Let me
boat
just.
was
This is
called the
out of
Blue Jay.
character. I thought the old boat was called the Blue Jay.
Yeah, the boat was
Yeah.
called the Blue Jay.
Is this one also called the Blue Jay? Why did this parrot just
This
say?
boat is called the Blue Jay.
The one
I
where
thought the
all we
old
talk-
boat was called the Blue Jay.
No,
No.
it's this one.
Captain-
The
Well,
boat
it's
that
now
we're
called the
on right
Corvid.
now is the Blue Jay that we are renaming the Corvid.
What was the boat we were on to begin with that got blown up?
I,
we
wrote,
even
Golden
have a
ship
name for
number
that?
1.
I wrote this down. Hold up.
I think we had a
Alright.
name for it.
Yes, thank you, note taker.
I think I wrote this down. I'm pretty sure. The Dragon's Talon.
Okay. Okay. All
Okay.
right. Sick. Well, I kneel down to the parrot, and I, like saying to a child, saying, "Dad, dad," I say, "Corvid." Corvid.
It's the bird. I kind of lean over while he's trying to like talk to the bird, and I'm
Corvid.
like, "Are you sure the bird be understanding you, there, Atlas?"
Well, it is a parrot, right?
Watch this, and I tilt my head.
He just looks at you.
Corvid.
Dan,
I,
Dan,
Atlas,
I-
you were never very good with animals, were you?
You just hear
Corvid.
"Rat on the blue jay. Rat."
Damn, it'll take
walk
some
up
time.
to- I walk up to the cage and just kind of calmly and collectedly go, "Now, can you say Corvid for me?" And I'm trying to influence it.
Give me an animal handling check.
No whammies, no whammies.
Oh, the
Natural
new
20?
camera. That's a
Look at
crit.
that. That's a fucking crit. You want to know what that is? That's a 28.
Nice. It's
From
pretty
the Corvid.
What?
good. Hey, look, he listened to
You
me.
should be leaving the
Sid just,
animals
like-
up
Listen
to
to the ketchup
Jedi.
bottle for you.
Sid just slaps Atlas on the back and turns and walks away.
The slap took some manhood out of Atlas.
His ego was busted a little bit.
He slouches just a bit.
Rice just kind of like leans over and just kind of like tries to go pet the bird in the cage. And he's just like, very pretty. I don't
Give
think
me
I've
an
ever
animal
seen a bird
handling.
like that before. Huh?
Animal handling.
God.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna
Feel
get
this, it
bit.
bites you.
Watch this. I'm gonna get bit. I'm gonna
And
get
rabies.
pecked at. Yeah, I'm gonna get pecked at. 3.
So as you go to like put your finger into the cage, do you have armor on your hands in any way?
Probably like leather gloves,
Okay. Like
some kind.
okay, so it like bites at the leather and like grabs like the leather but not your skin and just kind of like starts like pulling it a little bit. You have to kind of like rip
Hey,
it
what
away.
you doing? Please don't rip my glove.
I
need
put
those.
I do the same thing, and I put my finger in, but I put food. I like try to feed it.
Animal
the
handling,
cracker.
the DC will be lowered, but you don't get advantage.
All right. Can I guidance myself as well? Check.
We're
touch
just trying
myself
to
for 10
rip
minutes.
the
And
bird.
I touch myself for 10 minutes so then I can touch the bird.
You don't need it. You can just cast guidance. It's not. It's a cantrip.
oh, it's a cantrip. Is it not one of my ritual ones?
No, it's a cantrip.
No, it's a cantrip.
Oh,
I
is
have
that why you?
totally
Is
been-
that why you kept
ritual
saying
and
I
I
touch it
have-
for
yes.
10 minutes?
Oh, it's not one of my rituals, guys. I've been touching for 10 minutes for no reason. My bad.
It's just 6 seconds.
You've just been
All
like
you need to
My
do is
bad.
just
Bad
rubbing
habit he has
rubbing
to
the
break.
small of the back, just like there. You
can
guys
do
got
it.
this.
You can do
God,
it.
you can do this.
Animal
I love you.
handling. Do
I
have
figured
any
you
animal
just kept like casting it every minute, like 10 times.
handling? No.
The stack?
19.
Oh wait, no, not 10 times,
It's-
100 times.
Oh damn.
It's a
Does it
15
stack
plus a
then?
3 plus a 1. So
It does not stack. You can only be under it once. So I'm sorry. How much was it?
19.
19. It grabs the food off of you and then allows you to touch it.
I rub it.
Okay.
And I show it rise and I say, friend.
Tilt its head, looking at Rise.
I kind of
Right.
tilt my head back, like.
And then it keeps doing that.
All right, I take the bird back downstairs and I put some food droppings in its thing to let it eat,
Okay.
and then I head back upstairs because I figure by now we're probably getting pretty close. I want to
Not
check on my
really.
unseen servant. Oh, not
Unseen
no, we
servant.
Aren't? Okay.
No. Unseen servant has done a good job at like getting an outline, but like actually doing the work of dyeing
Hey,
or painting.
by
Oh
the
yeah,
end,
but no, I
by
don't want
the
it to
end
paint or anything.
of the
It-
session, I will probably have a sketch of what that flag could look like.
Sick.
FYI. I
Um,
say sketch
I-
as in it's going to be rough.
it's cut out, right, Dan? And it's sewn on the edges, so it's not fraying or anything, right? But it's not painted or anything like that.
Sure. It's just like a black square and then just kind of like outlined.
I take that upstairs. Who here is very good at arts and stuff?
I can
Like
try.
player wise or
It's
character
probably Tempest,
Is
right?
a map maker.
Character wise, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Probably, yeah.
probably.
Probably.
All right. I hand it to Tempest, who vicariously is gonna have it drawn by Axel. And so who rolls it? I mean, does Axel draw it and then Tempest rolls it?
I'm
We
just
figure out how
I'm
much
just
he messes
drawing
up?
it so we have a visual, so it would probably just be
Yeah,
Like-
I
Tempest
give
is
it
going to
to
be making
Tempest.
a check.
Mainly-
So, Tempest, I want you
Yeah.
to make.
Dexterity?
Are you proficient in sleight of hand?
No.
Okay, then
I am.
just give me.
Can I help him?
Probably dexterity, right?
I just thought that like Sid is proficient
Yeah.
in sleight of hand, so does he let everybody do something shittily and then fix
Can we
it?
all
I mean,
do
sleight of
something?
hand also
Like, I
doesn't
have-
mean that you're good at drawing. You could just draw something really fast.
Well, yeah, I
and
was
still
trying to think,
looks
like,
like garbage.
what would
I
be
have
a good
cartographer's tools, so I'm good at drawing.
Yeah,
right?
like I was trying to
can
think
draw
of
out
like
maps and stuff.
what would be and you're just doing like filling in, really.
Yeah.
So yeah, just roll me a d20, add your proficiency. Low DC.
I got a 1
No.
plus my
No!
proficiency, which is
3. So 3 total.
Got a 3 total.
Sag.
You
Tell
look
me
at
he
it
doesn't-
and like you try to like do stuff with like your quill and you're like, nope, can't do it.
This isn't working. Hmm.
No art in your body.
Yep.
Let's see.
I asked my patron to draw it.
Give me a charisma
One of
check.
your 3 wishes.
A charisma.
Mhm.
A charisma. All right.
Christmas check.
Nat 20.
It's upside down, Dan, because it
Mhm.
rolled the other way.
You
I
rolling
don't know.
that 20 though?
I did.
Okay.
It'd
Your
be a
patron is
25.
going to say in your ear, "Fuck off."
No.
At least you got a response.
I
It's
did.
true.
True.
You would on a
You did
non-nat
respond.
20, you wouldn't have gotten shit.
I put
still
my
got fuck
bracelet. I put my bracelet in some water.
Oh, I don't know if you saw
Just to
this,
make him
Dan, but
angry.
I did DM you a question.
Yeah.
You don't have to
Okay.
respond to me.
I
right
guess
away,
that I try to draw it with Tempest tools. I don't know. I feel like I did better than a 3.
Theoretically, this is like the perfect taking 20 scenario, right? Over a long enough time.
We'll
Yeah,
do
A
it.
we
good
need to
flag will be
Figure it
drawn.
out. Yeah.
I'm gonna say over enough period of time with good rolls being made, including a nat 20. I will say
Charisma didn't really help.
that all of you get the symbol up, and it's passable. It could be better. You could probably hire someone in the town to do a better job, but it's passable for now.
I hang the flag.
In
In fact, I tell my unseen servant to hang the flag.
well,
but I
Okay.
can do it.
You don't like
Literally,
doing
I can
things,
do it.
do you?
something
I just wanna
something
use
should be
him.
noted. Pirate ships don't just
Remember-
always have their Jolly Roger up.
Yeah, no, because you get
I'd rather not
attacked
get
constantly.
sunk again.
Yeah. Assassin's Creed Black Flag misled you. The Jolly Roger
Damn.
is not always flying.
That
it
is a recipe for death.
Yeah, it's typically a
Sign of aggression.
well, it's a sign of aggression, and typically what pirate ships will fly is like just a generic like flag of a country. So you'd have a Gwendolian flag.
no flag
on
at all.
board. Or no
I
flag at all.
fly an Algerian flag.
Country doesn't exist.
Somalian flag.
Doesn't
Also doesn't exist.
All right.
You're
Mango.
trying way
Mango,
too hard.
mango, mango.
A mango flag.
Yeah, mango flag.
All right. How close are we to the meeting point?
It's been 6 minutes.
Hmm.
It has been an hour. So You guys
can
have
I go
3
downstairs and cast detect magic as a ritual?
sure. I'll allow that.
I can do that too.
I
and
like to
I'm
think
gonna-
that like
Parrot.
Perry in the meantime, Perry's like up on like you were doing like Gus and like you guys were alternating,
Yeah.
and now Perry is just like, oh, now I get to fuck around, and you just like start casting it like crazy, just like trying it out, just like seeing what you can do because you're like, I didn't know I had magic. Sick.
I'd like
Amazing.
to,
Not in character.
Gust.
No, I'm thinking like Spider-Man, like.
Gusting bolt. Gusting bolt. Gusting bolt.
So you detect magic.
Can I be with him? Like, would I know that he's casting detect magic?
I'm kind of doing this secretly.
Okay.
And I'm trying to focus on the pouch of sand in my pocket to see if there's any magic emanating from this sand.
Gotcha. Okay. You have some time. Holding the sand, casting the spell on it. Takes, 11 minutes, I think, total?
Yeah.
I think it's like a casting time of a minute, and then you use it as a ritual, so it adds... Wait, no. What's the casting time on Detect Magic?
1 action.
Oh, so it's a minute and
It's
6
just 10
seconds, I
minutes.
think.
Yeah, 10 minutes and 6 seconds.
Is it 10 minutes? I can never
Well,
remember rituals.
casting
It
as
is,
a
it's 10
ritual, you
minutes.
add 10 minutes to whatever the normal casting time is.
Yeah, so 10 minutes and 6 seconds, whatever. At the end of the casting, it is magical. It is magical for sure. I'm gonna say that you don't get a particular school of magic,
Okay,
but you
that's
get
fair.
you get a designator of magic.
Like it's
So
got
there's 3 types of designators. There's 6 schools, 10 schools. How many schools?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 schools of magic. There's 3 designators. There's invention magic or artificer magic, divine magic, cleric, paladin. I'm sorry, 4. There's 4. Nature magic, druid, ranger, and divine magic, or arcane magic, which is pretty much everything else. You get wild magic out of this. This is nature magic of some kind.
All right. That's it.
I want you to make me a religion check.
All right.
Don't add your expertise
is
to this.
The sand of
Don't add my
Ysgramor.
expertise to
Just normal
Um,
intelligence, you fuck.
this. All right.
So it'll be
So that's gonna be 24.
okay. Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered
Right,
anyway.
I have,
Alright,
well, yeah.
already
yeah,
pants.
you have +7, so like
Yeah.
there are very few beings that would resonate nature magic in this capacity. There's a couple gods. Ilona is one of them. Rilithane Ralathil? God, what the
I
fuck is
can't
his
believe
name?
I'm not writing this stuff down. Hold on. Magic, sand.
Rilithane Ralathil.
Yes.
So Ilona and Rilithane Ralathil give off this kind of magic in their temples. One other type of creature that gives this off is the Fae.
Sweet. Would I know of any ancient civilizations that dealt with the Fae, or potentially like there was lore about them having connections or portals to the Feywild?
Give me a history check.
Dirty 20.
So, in terms of civilizations, the closest that you have are elven civilizations. The elves were modeled directly after Oberon within the creation myth, and like modeled like directly off of the Fae. There's obviously like a couple civilizations that live within the Feywild, including what are they called? Brain, work with me. I'm pulling it up right now. Hold on.
Take your time.
Their type of elf. Yell it out.
Eladrin?
Thank you, Eladrin elf. And then there's like the Archfey civilizations that exist within the Feywild. You also know of, because you studied history for a long time, you know of it's not really like confirmed to be true or not, and any attempts to find specific information on like this particular type of person or group of people has been kind of like avoided. Like anyone who would be close to that answer has avoided it. But there is a group of people called the Fey Tongue that are supposed to almost like speak for the Fey, and act for a group that exists within the Feywild.
Those guys
Don't
sound
step in
weird and
mushroom
stupid.
circles.
Yeah.
Yeah. What dumbasses.
Weirdos.
Are you all insulting yourselves?
No.
Definitely not.
Definitely not.
Heard there's this
What are you
one
talking
Phaeton called Arlen. He's a depressive piece of garbage.
To be fair, you guys also the Fey Tongue weren't just you guys. There were other Fey Tongues.
We
Oh,
were
that
the
that
only
was
Phaeton.
that was a thing.
In my heart, there are no other Phaeton.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like we
Come
were
on, Dan. When they
He's
think of the
just
Phaeton,
using
who are they
one for us.
thinking of? They're thinking of us. Come on.
We're
the
Phaeton
iconic ones.
generations that
For-
just did the same things, or the one that broke the rules.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For reference, we were Phaeton last.
Okay.
Season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were the
Yeah.
Phaeton. Our
Yeah.
tongues were Fey-like.
What does that even look
What
like?
about potential crossover
You don't
points?
want to know.
I don't want to know what a
Like
Feytang is.
Nexus.
Would I have
points.
read about anything like that in my past?
There is one. This one you would actually know of, just like, without the thing. The one thing. You would know that there is one particular point. It's called colloquially the World Tree, and it's centered in Gwendolith, in the Great Expanse, which is basically a mix of like a desert plains area.
But nothing out here in the islands.
Nope.
All right, cool. All right, that's all I need.
Cool. But yeah, that is definitely
Perfect.
magical. You feel that like as you cast that spell on it, though, the magic from it almost seems to like lightly fade, where it still has some properties, but it's not as potent as it was.
Okay.
Almost
It
like
knows.
almost like it wanted to be found out.
All right.
Well, Tempest is down in the lower deck. I want to pull Rice aside. And so, what do you know about Tempest? I know that you have that Blue Man affiliation thing going
Blue
on.
Man Group.
Yeah.
Organization.
Cult.
We're an org, man.
Is it a blue?
No.
Is it Blue Man Crew or Blue Man Group?
Group.
I thought it would be cool to be Blue Man Crew, so thought I'd
Well, you're
throw
gonna have
that
a
out
hard
before anything.
time changing my mind now, but I will try.
All right, fair enough. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
So my thing necessarily is, well, I'm worried that he is loyal to the captain over the people sitting next to him, if you know what I mean.
I see.
I mean, the man's been writing letters for the captain for the longest amount of time, right?
Aye.
And I'm afraid, well, partially I went along with the plan to go back with the captain just because I'm afraid that he might have ratted on us.
Among Us. Sorry.
Sorry, I just heard the
That was-
word.
Bunch of
Yeah.
crewmates, Among Us,
Yeah,
an
Among Us.
imposter. Tempest is sus, guys.
What should be worried about specifically that we be ratted out about?
Well, there may come a time when we have to make a decision to save ourselves, right?
Aye.
And I don't know if we can trust him in that. I don't, and I don't mean to put out the suspicion with you know, I think we just should keep an eye on it. Do you agree with me, or
I see what you be saying.
let's keep this among us, yeah?
course.
You're welcome.
If you break up the Blue Man Group, dude, I swear.
I am not. I don't plan on breaking up the Blue Man Group. That is not the goal here. That might be Sid's goal, not mine.
Not at all.
That we know of.
Not at all. And Sid just
My
kind of
loyalty
nods.
lies with the Blue Man Group.
Sid nods and kind of walks away.
Now the real question is, does Rise immediately come tell the Blue Man Group? That's a real question.
So like, to kind of almost meta game off of that. How much do I know about Tempest and Atlas? Just both of them in general. I'm guessing
Break up.
No.
break
No, like, because I don't know much about the characters as the player. I'm just like, okay, what would I know?
We're buddies.
I would say so.
I trust Tempest a lot.
Yeah,
And
you two, you be homies.
I'm loyal to Tempest.
be
I'm loyal to
bros.
I'm loyal to Abraham, but because I don't know if this is true in the world. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I would imagine Tempest Blue is more accepted than Sea Elf Blue. Is that correct?
I mean, aren't
I think they're all pretty
elves-
rare.
So elves are pretty discriminated on.
Right.
So
is Genasi more accepted? I know they might still be as rare, but are they, racified? Yeah. Are they racist? Are
Discriminated.
people racist?
Yeah.
Racified is the word I want to use.
there's
Racified.
not as much discrimination against Genasi as there
Right.
is
Same
against
question
So-
with Tiefling.
Tiefling are pretty discriminated against.
Okay. So we're all
that's
kind of
why-
like,
yeah.
kind of in that little like realm of like we all kind of know
Right.
the feeling. So that's one of the reasons why we're like buddies. Okay.
You would have known that I was loyal to him because Tempest showed me kindness, and I showed Tempest kindness, and that's why we invited you in, because obviously you have blue skin, so therefore you're like us, and you might not come from the same backgrounds, but
Of us.
you were probably discriminated against.
And like on a big ship with a lot of people, there's always going to be some sort of tribalism, right?
Yeah.
Trying to find some familiarity within people. I would just assume.
Smaller ships not so much, but like big ships that has like 30 something people, there's gonna be people that butt heads.
You
at
guys
some
had a
point,
crew of
so-
100. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's definitely gonna be some butting heads.
remember,
There's definitely
that's-
also going to be some
Um,
buttheads.
the ship, the
Too.
Luxmars's Revenge is a frigate class ship. So it's like, it's a big boy.
That's a big boy.
Damn, boy.
She thick as fuck.
He is thick. Damn, boy.
What that mango?
He be thick as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you know about me
Like that
and
mango.
Tempest.
But yeah, that's what you know.
Tempest
so yeah,
and I
so it would
are
definitely be
buddies.
kind of a thing where we all kind of gather together and we kind of trust each other because of our similar situations and stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um,
Like Genasi are, they have the closest connection to the plane of water, and amongst sailors, the plane of water is pretty revered. So
So Tempest is probably like our surrogate leader of the group because he is the most
Smartest.
accepted and
or
the
at least
smartest.
like the spokesperson when you guys go on shore.
Right. He's the smartest. He's the most good looking. Have you seen his beard?
You guys have had to save him from a couple pinches, though.
I am.
Yeah.
I
Specifically
am
because
just the third wheel between these two. It's fine.
Jesus Christ, I'm telling you. Tim, turn dark mode on in your fucking character sheet.
No.
Every time I open it, it's a fucking flashbang.
Okay, that's it. I'm bringing up the Blue Man group. He does light mode. How dare you use light mode? Fucking heathen.
True. So what's that? Sound like someone punched a guitar.
That was my boom arm. I'm sorry.
It's not picking up. Like, stop punching your guitar.
It did.
It's still not picking it up. You have noise suppression on. You have noise suppression on. It's not working. Anyway.
It just looks like you're abusing your guitar in pitch silence.
Yeah, mango. So
mango.
Yeah. There's been a couple situations where like you guys have been on shore, like grabbing supplies or something like that, where Tempest has said something really stupid. And you guys have had to kind of bail him out of some stuff, but past that,
I wouldn't say so. As a character, Tempest isn't the most like socially conscious of stuff. He's got a charisma of 9, so I would say socially he wouldn't be the best. He's kind of like a big brain.
I will be our social guy. You're our leader in terms of. You're our leader in terms of like you.
I also
you
have
lead the group.
no charisma. I have a 10.
Alright, I have tons of
Rice is the bronze.
That's exactly
Tempest
right.
is the brains. And
There we
Atlas is
go.
the
I'm the
mouth.
face. I'm the face.
Damn.
Man.
Yeah.
You're the face of the group. I muscle.
I'm
So will the
also-
muscle tell the group of this betrayal?
I mean, there's no betrayal. It's,
No betrayal.
it's a legitimate
It's
question.
not really betrayal.
I
It's
know.
just like Sid's kind of a little unsure. Like he's not gonna point
Fingers.
Fingies.
Fuck.
Fingers.
I ain't pointing my
He's
fingies.
not gonna. He's gonna point his piggies.
Not pointing phalanges.
I use figures to win
at
my
people.
arguments.
So I wouldn't say this is betrayal so much. So probably not. It's just kind of like Sid's a little on edge, not quite
He's looking for
sure.
a character witness.
X will remember that. Not Atlas. Atlas has no knowledge. X, however.
Noted. I will too. I'm drawing our flags, man. Shut up.
My bad. My bad.
Alright.
All right, Dan. How far are we now?
I'm gonna say that you guys are like within 5 minutes of reaching the rendezvous.
I lend ho then.
I yell
Spitting
downstairs
distance.
for Tempest. I say, Tempest, are you down there? We're about to be there.
All right, so I kind of put the stand back in my bag and rush up.
Gotcha. Yeah, you rush up. You kind of like survey where you are. A lot's changed in 10 minutes. You were close to land before, and now you're like on top of it. Based on what you're seeing from like the small little drawing of the map, do you have that piece of parchment at this point?
I think I gave it to Tempest.
You did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're just hanging on to it. As you kind of like look at it just to like make sure, you notice that it's like zoomed in almost.
Okay.
And you see that there is a cove that has like almost like natural cover. So it kind of like comes around in a hook where if you're looking at it dead on, you wouldn't think that like there's a little entrance behind the hook.
Okay.
Would his
And
detect
that's-
magic still be going?
That is actually a good point. That would have lit up as well. And that would have been enchantment magic.
You're welcome.
Would I think that whatever magic is like, although no, I don't know if that would work, is
You
tracking
I think
this ship with this map, would
you
that
are
be
not
the
being
same
tracked.
magic?
You're not being tracked.
Yeah.
It's more proximity. That's what you're
Yeah, okay.
gathering from that. Yeah.
Alright.
If it was something like what's sendings type of magic?
Maybe
Conjuration?
It might be conjuration.
Evocation. If it was giving off
Oh,
evocation,
fuck off.
if it was giving off evocation, you would probably have the feeling of okay, it's tracking us. But enchantment is more like okay, you're within proximity. This
Alright.
triggers, you know.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
We're going to Abraham's, right?
Yeah, you're going to meet up with the Luxmaris' revenge. The LMR.
How do we need to be sneaky in what we're doing? I mean, we're a ship on the water, right?
Not necessarily.
Do we with the
Broad
crew, do we
knowledge
have,
right
like-
now is that this is a merchant vessel escort ship.
Do we have an anthem?
An anthem?
Like does the crew have a song like us like
That is a good point. You guys would be rolling up with a ship that's unfamiliar.
We could put up a
Um,
flag. Right.
You could.
I'd rather-
At the
We
same
could do the
time,
music as well.
music is
Do we
very
have an anthem?
important. We have talked about how music is very
I will
important.
do music. I will literally stand at the front of the ship and like just play.
What is their anthem? Dan?
So, do you know the song "Leave Her, Johnny, Leave Her"?
Yes.
That is this ship's, or the Luxmaris' Revenge's, preferred sea shanty.
Nice. Good taste.
Tomorrow ye will get your pay. And it's
So,
time for us to leave her.
I'd like to think that Swan will be playing the song and also humming it at the same time, and
Atlas sings it and cries.
moving forward. Can sing.
With the same tissues you found earlier.
Yes, I
Mhm.
wipe it all
Okay.
over my face.
The shit
Atlas
shoes.
is getting, he's getting pretty terrible on the face.
Have you guys seen like the video where it was like 100 people singing "Lever Johnny Lever"
When was our last
Beautiful.
shower?
a while ago?
We've been at sea for a hot second. I feel like
Mango?
Yeah, a slight
True.
mango, slight mango.
That's important.
Just like
You guys pull around this coast, Tempest. You're like right with Sid, navigating. Reese Perry, and Marcus, actually. Marcus, you've come up. Rise, sorry, Rise. I keep saying Reese. I don't know why. Rise. Rise, Perry, and Marcus, you guys have come up at this point and are in like the rigging, like lowering and raising the sails very quickly. Because of the size of this vessel, it's very easy to do that. Where normally it would take like 10 to 15 people to do this, you guys are able to get on that with 3. Atlas, I'm assuming that you're just kind of like at the ready, waiting to like use magic to assist.
Yeah, I'm slowing down the ship as we get closer with Shapewater.
Mhm. And then like pushing off against walls if you guys are getting a little too close and stuff like that.
Yes.
Yeah, so with that, you guys are able to navigate this very deftly, getting into this very beautiful looking cove. You see that there's a beach on the far end. The rest of it is covered by cliffside with green topped cliffs that just have an abundance of foliage. The beach itself, there's a couple pirates on the beach itself, just like making camp, hanging out. This place is pretty hidden, pretty secluded. Probably not many
Do
people
we
know about
recognize
this.
any of them from our position?
You're pretty far. You can just see that there's like little
Okay.
like shapes of people walking around, but you see the Luxmaris' Revenge. Fairly obvious. But Luxmaris' Revenge is not alone. There is also another ship there. You know this ship as the Pint.
Nice.
It is
Pathfinder.
Captain Corin Tugil Inigo's ship. They're a member of the Hornets who helps out with the League in some affairs. As you guys start getting closer, Swan, you're playing a little bit louder at this point, and you get hailed in.
What was the captain of the Pine again?
So the captain of the Pint is Captain Corin Tugil Inigo. Inigo.
So I hopped down from probably like the netting to climb up to the top where Ari was helping to lower the mast, and I go look up to like Sid and Tempest, and I'm like, so we have what we're gonna be saying to them? Just double checking before we.
I think
Before
so.
we
I think we agreed on telling
The
them,
truth?
Yes.
but we're
The
going
whole
to tell we're going to tell Abraham, and not the whole crew.
Yeah.
We need an audience with Abraham.
Speaking of, as the ship pulls in next to the Luxmaris' Revenge, you'll hear, "Well, ain't you a sight for sore eyes? That seems like a different ship than what I sent you out on, but I'll accept it. Come on board. We have much to discuss."
Uh-oh.
Well, Captain.
I push Sid
Can you,
forward.
can you wait? Hold up. Can I point at him, cast message at Captain, and ask him very privately for him to come on board of our ship?
I don't know if we do that.
You hear
It's-
back in your head, "Not very proper to ask your captain to come onto your ship, but I guess I can.
Yeah.
I could oblige. I'd like to inspect the vessel. That's all right."
We also have very important, I'd say, mystical matters to discuss.
You see a look of confusion, and you hear back, "All right." suppose I step aboard. You see him turn to a halfling woman, who you all know, like this is one of the pirates who are like becoming legend. This is Captain Tugil.
Halfling, Captain, let's go.
Capling.
And she'll just say,
Halfling.
"Yeah, this better be worth my time. I didn't come out here for nothing. You have fun with your boys, but you're coming back here as soon as possible. We need to speak." And Captain Abraham will look down and say, I know. Don't you worry, I'll be back soon. And he jumps off
Sounds
of
romantic, to be honest.
Holy
He-
fucking.
jumps off his ship, and then as he does, like, you see that he casts 2 spells out of his hand that like stop his descent, and he like gently lands.
Is he
on your
freaking Iron
deck.
Man?
Yes.
It seems like he cast gust out of his hands.
Okay.
He's Iron Man.
It was only a 10-foot drop.
It is
down
now.
onto
Yeah,
your
I was gonna
deck,
say.
so-
I was gonna say cannon. Now we can stop our falls with gusts. But
10-foot fall. Yeah, sure.
Alright.
I'll allow you to use an action to cast gust to stop your fall. Sure. From
Brain also
10
went
feet.
to the exact same place. I was like, okay, noted.
Yep. I knew it would.
Yeah,
I
you-
was waiting. I was like,
you-
okay, who's gonna say something first?
You should have waited
Man.
until like
Captain Iron
fucking
Man.
I was
50
going to.
sessions
Well,
from
no,
now and be like,
he
be
immediately.
like, oh,
Technically-
the fucking captain did it.
Well, he
can
immediately.
do
That's
it.
the only reason I said something. Is he immediately? He saw my face. I guess I have the worst poker. He saw me.
I
and
wasn't
was
even
like,
looking
okay,
at
well,
your camera. I was just like, they're gonna say something because I know these
Uh,
motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I played in a
He immediately
game with
was like,
Tim.
10 feet.
I DM'd for you. I know what you guys are about to do. So he's on the
Oh,
As
ship.
soon as you're
Long Tim's
given
back.
given like an
We cast
inch of
gusts
like
together.
extra things that you can do, they take a mile. That's just how it works.
Always.
So he takes one look at the ship and says, "This is a fine pile of shit, but we can make it work."
A real pile of shit, if I would say.
I
He kind of agrees
Well,
with you.
We got a feather thing.
Well, you got yourself
I have no idea what you said.
a feathered
did find a
thing.
bird.
Is that what you said?
Okay.
Hey, we
Feathered
did be
thing.
finding a bird on the ship. That was
French
not
people aren't
expected.
people.
Got yourself a
Blue Jay or Corvid or whatever its name is.
Corvid.
What are you calling this here vessel? I see it has Blue Jay written on the side.
Corvid.
Captain.
I think Og poked through a little bit there.
Yeah.
Corvid.
Corvid.
That's a fine name. Right. Let's get into the captain's quarters here and discuss what you have to talk to me about. And as he starts going, he says, "Oh, did you get the medicine?"
We'll talk about it
What?
when we get in here. Let's
Yeah,
get in here.
Get inside.
Everybody stares at each other for
Everyone's just
about
kind of like
5
looking at each other,
minutes.
like, "Oh God, what do we say?"
He just kind of like looks. Right. We best get to talking. And he walks in ahead of all
I
of
feel
you.
like I have disappointed my father. I'm about to get the "I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed"
Yep.
speech. Like,
Yep.
Oh no,
man.
absolutely. There was a reason
Yep.
for that. There was a reason why
cast
daddy
Armor of
issues were written
Agathis.
on it.
Cast Armor of Agathis. Does it
Mage
protect
armor.
my emotion?
No.
Does it-
Yeah, it protects
From
your emotion
emotional
from
damage.
emotional damage, and then Captain
Yeah.
Abraham takes 25 points of cold damage.
yeah.
Oh damn.
All right.
All right, you walk into the captain's quarters, and at this point, you know that like the captain takes the captain's seat. Like if he's like the head of your whatever.
What does the captain's seat look like in this captain's quarters?
It's like okay.
Probably really
It's just
shit.
like behind
It's a
like a
stool.
very simple looking desk. And he gets behind
It's a
it.
smaller desk behind the desk. And you sit on it.
DM
Mini
then, would it
desk.
be okay to... Is it okay to say we died? Are we allowed? Like, we know we did... Like,
That's up to you
that
guys.
time.
we know.
Yeah.
no, we know, we're
I-
aware.
We know we.
Oh
died.
yeah, you
Yes,
guys
we
know
did
that you
we-
died.
I
Okay,
would say
well,
first thing
were
we
told
need
that we
report
died to the Navy.
that the Navy now has ways to track if ships have been taken over
Yes.
And which ships they are.
and which ships
Yes.
they are.
Yeah, I'll say you guys
Alright, we
kind
say
of
that to him.
discuss this like on your way out. Like you knew that this was going to be something you brought up. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's fine.
yeah. We say that to him. We say, Captain Abraham. First and foremost, it should be noted that they knew that the ship was commandeered by the time we got there. We received
They
a
warned
message
us. Yeah.
as we pulled closer to the blockade that they knew that it was commandeered. They knew that we were pirates, and they fired upon us. And at which time, and I beg you to let us finish before you say anything, they blew us to absolute hell. We all received major fire, major blows. The ship sank,
No, we died.
and we died.
We all died. Yes.
I just kind of like nods, standing around everyone, just like.
Like he was with you, and then he's like, okay, maybe they jumped overboard, maybe they escaped it somehow, and then you said you died, and he's like,
I
Just to
personally took a
clarify.
cannonball to the chest. I personally died. Okay.
Well,
How common is resurrection magic in this world?
resurrection magic is fairly common, but you need means to resurrect. And if
Okay.
all of you died, who's gonna revive you?
Yeah.
I can, if I recall properly, I can probably say that I remember there was the ship, and then nothing, and then we were in that place, purple. Listen,
Get to it.
We
Well, I
woke
have-
up. We woke up. We were on a beach, a
Yep.
starry beach, and we were met with a figure. He explained to us that he had brought us back, that he couldn't bring us back more. He explained to us that the Navy now had ways to communicate with each other and know that they were commandeered. And he also told us that not to fuck with the Navy.
And that'd be a direct quote.
And then, without telling us his name, although we asked, and without telling us what he meant, although we asked, we woke up on a beach far away from where we had died in the middle of the ocean and commandeered this ship and came directly here.
Now, I think we're leaving out the part that's saying, I don't think this was the first time that we returned to the living.
Right.
He did mention the fact that he was not able to erase our memories like he had done before.
Now, I understand that I look like a dead man already, and I've fully accepted that, but these other 6 souls, I don't necessarily think that they do.
He did mention that we had died before, and the previous time that we died, when he brought us back, he wiped our memory. It seems that all of us have things about our past that we don't understand or recall, and we are now living this new life
He also
for the
did
third time.
mention the fact that he could not do it another time because she would be quite upset.
Yes.
Don't know who
At
that
least
is.
couldn't do it for a little while.
And in
So,
case
at this
you
point, you
didn't get
see-
it from.
You are losing him at this point.
All right, listen. All right, Cliff Notes. You know what that is. Cliff Notes. We
Cliff notes
we-
are canon.
Clayton notes.
we took the ship. We went to the blockade. They messaged us and or sent through like thaumaturgy or whatever it is they did, and
Booming
made
voice.
us.
Thaumaturgy.
It was
booming
thaumaturgy.
voice.
Shouted.
And they
You
shouted
also
at us.
you specifically know that it was the admiral who's been like hunting pirates.
The admiral who's hunting pirates, that guy used thaumaturgy, used his voice, said to us that he knew that he had commandeered the ship. They killed us. We woke up on a beach with a weird figure. We woke up on another beach, commandeered the vessel, came directly here. It should be noted, if you haven't figured it out by now, we didn't get the medicine because they killed us.
I-
Right.
And then I
First
say I
in the
think we're
head.
gonna have to go with the other plan.
All right.
I-
We're gonna start there. Work our way back to the other. Regardless. Right. You didn't get the medicine. Right, Tempest. Plan 2's gonna have to kick in here. Though, and you see, he's thinking, and you've seen this look before. He normally does this, and he gets like real quiet for like 2 minutes. Tempest, you've seen him do this before when he's like thinking of a scheme, and he's really good at coming up with like diversion tactics and schemes of this sort. Right, all right, got plan. We'll get to that. So all of you died, yeah?
I,
Uh-huh.
You're all
Yeah,
Mm.
back from the dead,
I,
allegedly.
I had a very important question, Captain, if I may.
Of course.
How long have we been gone for?
It's been about
Since
2
we left
days.
the ship?
Only 2
2
days.
days.
So would that mean that we came back around the same time that we died?
Uh,
No.
a day
Or
later.
no, a little
day-
bit after.
day
So that
later?
Day
that
later.
implies
Day
that
later,
the
yeah.
soldiers were on that island for a day trying to get a ship, which is
Okay.
probably
Which
makes
is
some of you who
funny.
think back to that pretty funny.
And so,
I
so
would be
we were
angry too.
there.
This is the merchant ship wasn't there yet.
Took a day. How much time would I think we spent on that island? Like the
Fey-
mystical
or
island.
the Fey Magic Island.
Like 5 minutes,
5 minutes? Okay.
maybe 15. 15 minutes. We'll say 15 minutes. Make it
Yes,
easier,
we all
easier
died.
math.
Is to the best of all of our knowledges, which all of our experiences are shared. We all saw it. It's not we didn't have our own independent experiences. We were all there.
Right.
Yeah.
Tempest, you grabbed something. You shoved something into your boot, right? About from it,
Yeah.
I remember the saying. That
You,
was-
you,
Um,
you weren't
Trying to
subtle
make
with it, to
believe
be
it was
fair.
No,
Yeah.
No, you
Sid
weren't.
is
I was trying to be
nice.
subtle, but I
It did not work. Blue Man Group, same brain.
yeah, I go into my bag and pull out a sack of sand.
Purple in it.
Captain will kind of like draw his cutlass and like reach for it a little bit, kind of like try to peek inside.
So I open it, and I'll say it needs some further studying, but I'm looking into it.
Right. Well, I know you. Of all of you're gonna get on that the soonest. All right. So he takes a second. He looks around the cabin and sees that there's like a cabinet with like a couple drink cups on it. And you see he like raises his hand and does like one of these motions, and all the cups float over and land in front of him. And he takes a nice corked bottle out from his jacket, uncorks it and pours a little bit in each one. He grabs one, and there are 7 more for all of you. And he says, well, the dead man, I suppose.
I throw it back and don't make a face. That's canon.
It's rum. Sid, do you drink as well?
Yeah, of course.
The flavor hits your
Yes.
lips, and memories flood back of you at a height that seems impossible for you now, walking around this big room that has large cauldrons bubbling. And you walk over to like this table that you were told never to touch the things on it from. You reach up and grab something and take a sip, and almost throw up at the taste of it. And then you get brought right back.
Noted.
Um,
Well,
and
no.
he says, right, thinking back on it, I mean, most of you we picked up on land and had you all join up the crew and found you in various states, but Swan and Tempest, we found you floating at sea. Unsure who you were, what you're doing. Something to think about. We'll look into that.
I
Well-
think this goes without saying, Captain, that this information is something that shouldn't be shared, simply because I am afraid of the implications
He puts
of
his
what
hand
happened
up
to
and he's
us.
like, "You take me for a fool. I'm not gonna say shit to anyone."
I just don't want to be the undead crew that suddenly dies
Listen.
again, and then it's not that fun.
We already have tentative relationships with the churches on Tiamat's head and Bahamut's claw. You think I'm gonna say something and then have all them come down on my back? He just
Sounds-
shakes his head.
I'm
Listen.
sorry for doubting you, Captain. I'll never do it again.
It's all right, son. Pats you on the back.
I cry.
This is the second time somebody has like fucking rolled you and
Emasculated
patted
me.
you on the back.
Yeah, we've
It's
had
just, like, been like
Second time you've cried.
also second dad in a campaign that you've had with me, and I'm starting to pick up on signs here, Axon.
I have some
concerns.
concerns.
Dad, please. I'm so sorry. I'll make you proud.
He'll say right. Takes a lot of guts to come back here after weaving such a tale. I wouldn't think that you'd be lying, which I don't think you are. It's too fantastic of a tale to be saying that. Plus, you have this vessel, and why the fuck would the Navy keep something like this? Anyway,
Nice way of saying can't make this shit up.
we're gonna come to grips with all this and figure that out as time comes by. But right now, we need to focus. Where you all lost your lives but came back, there are those on Seguridad who are dying and can't come back. So, here's the plan. What we're going to do is I'm going to have Morris chase you into port. And then we are going to lay siege along with our friend over on the point, Captain Tugil. And we're going to demand medicine from them. Meanwhile, all of you are going to be in port. We already sunk your merchant vessel. Now you're just trying to escape the pirates.
What was the merchant vessel called?
The merchant vessel, I'll say you guys got the name of it. So this was the Blue Jay. That one was the Birch Tree.
Birch Tree. Okay, cool.
That is awesome naming, by the way.
Thank you.
Blue Jay and a birch tree.
Birch tree in the middle of the ocean.
You are a beautiful artistic soul.
If a cardinal had been a corvid, I was going to name it the cardinal and have the other one be named the pine. But
Ooh, something about a pine, dude. You just took me back to Pacific Northwest. Oh.
so he'll say, right. So we sunk your merchant vessel. You're escaping. The ruddy pirates are after you. And you're already in port. After you give the signal that you've gone and stolen the medicine, we come back and say, not worth our time. We leave. You escape.
Sid can be a burn victim, which brings us to the hospital where the medicine is.
Could be. Could be.
Ooh.
That might be a good
You're on mute.
fuck. If I just lay on my side.
could be a trick to get in, that's for sure. Otherwise, you're gonna have to find out where it is. Could be in a store hall or a port master's quarters or something like that, but they won't be expecting us, so they're not going to be looking it up tight. I think we have.
Do you have a bottle of the medicine?
The medicine itself? Almost indistinguishable. It's going to look exactly like a nice poured bottle of ale without the foam on top. Same amber coloring. We don't have any medicine though. We have nothing left to spare.
Who
Okay.
has
Hmm.
that medicine?
There's a few vials still on Seguridad, but past that, just this city, based on the intelligence I've been able to gather from old contacts I had within the Queen's Rock and the
Well,
Navy.
yes, but in this city, is it under uh uh the Empire's control, or is it
There's a chance
just
that it is. There's a chance. We're not
well,
really sure.
okay. Was thinking of getting myself some disguise, but well, if we don't know who has it, then
Well, you're already gonna have an inn. You're not gonna be sailing up as pirates. You're gonna be sailing up as a merchant vessel under attack.
indeed. But if I can, yes, whatever.
And
I'll
we need to
figure it out.
move quickly here because if we don't, then the word's gonna get out that this vessel has been commandeered, and then it's gonna be on blacklists across all of the naval stops around the islands first, and then the coast. So we need to move quickly.
Yeah, we might have had an encounter with some, uh, let's say, enemies of ours when we stole the ship.
I'm assuming, based on how fast it took you to get here and your shock of 2 days passing, you weren't super far from where those Marines that we left off were. So,
No,
On the
Hi.
very same island.
Hi.
very same
Well,
beach. I would
Quite
say.
awkward, eh?
we're gonna have to get moving very quickly. He stands up, finishes his drink, and
Yes.
says, "Well, follow me." Oh, also, I'm gonna need a figurehead for who's in charge of this ship. No one has to be in charge, but just for direct lines of communication, I'm gonna need one of you. Congratulations,
Sid.
crew of the Corvid. This here be your vessel. And that's where we're gonna end this week.
Yay,
Nice.
let's go.